Welcome to Small Couch Reviews, everybody. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
We just saw a Marvel movie, and it was called Shazam. No, it was definitely, seriously, that's the impression I got. I think we've talked about this before, so it was Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. This is a sequel to the first Shazam. And if you've paid attention, I loved it. Jovi did not, because it was very different than other DC movies.
Yes.
It was very lighthearted. Honestly, it was the most Marvel-like DC movie there is.
Yeah.
And, to keep it real simple, the second one is a continuation of that. I think it suffered from, the sequel syndrome, where, the sequel is just not as good as the first. I'm going to say that up front. I enjoyed the first one more than I enjoyed this one. I don't think it was a steep drop, not like from Iron Man to Iron Man 2, nothing like that. But it was kind of, they kind of retreaded the same stuff that worked in the first one. Just not as good. And in fact, there are some things that happen in this, extra credit scene included, that were literally that looked like they were very similar from the first one. Yeah. So, that being said, that being said, I think if you like the first one, you'll enjoy this one. If you did not like the first one, this one doesn't really change the formula that much.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this one so much more.
Really? That is we don't talk about this. I'm genuinely shocked to hear you say that.
I like this one so much more. And full transparency, I was enjoying it. It was funny, and I started getting bored. So I kind of wasn't really into it at the end. And I felt like it was the one thing that has suffered from, like you said, the sequel syndrome. It had to be over the top.
Yeah, that's true.
And so the last 15 minutes of the movie was just on. Mm-hmm. And that felt like a Marvel film.
Yeah, no, it was just, and the big spectacle at the end, yeah.
And so I'm I do. Wow, this gives it a point. I want to rewatch this.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but I will say, I enjoyed the comedy aspect a lot more than I did the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the same kind of comedy, though.
The first, maybe because they are older.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They are older in this, yeah.
He's still goofy and everything. Billy's still goofy, but I don't know. Kids trying to be funny doing the Marvel thing when the first one came out during the DC era of dark movies is why I didn't like it. After a Suicide Squad or a Peacemaker, I can enjoy funny DC now.
I see. So you I guess you've gotten attuned to it.
Yeah, and so if this is the James Gunn effect,
we know Shazam is going to be. So this is the first of the 4 movies that are ending the original DCU. It's going to be this. We got the Flash, and then Aquaman. Mm-hmm. I thought there was one more, but maybe this is it.
Blue Beetle. But Blue Beetle is part of the.
Oh yeah, and then Blue Beetle is also coming out this year.
Yeah, that's the only.
So Shazam and Blue Beetle are James Gunn said they're going to transition over. Aquaman and the Flash, we don't know what's going to happen with them in this reboot. But all that being said, this movie, let me. There are a couple things I liked. First off, I really did. I liked the characters in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like he said, they grew up more. Mm-hmm. The Freddie Freeman, I forget the actor who plays him, but Billy Batson's foster brother. He was the emotional core of this movie. Yeah. He did a very good job carrying a significant part of this movie.
Oh, it felt like a good quarter of the movie felt like his.
Yeah. In the actor who plays Billy Batson, his first name is Asher. I forget his last name. He does good as well, but he's not in the movie as a kid that much. It's mostly Zachary Levi as Shazam.
And he doesn't look like a kid anymore at all.
Oh yeah, he's
Like,
supposed to be 18.
He didn't look like
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
I think he looked pretty young, bro.
young, but he looked like he was starting his first real job.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But having said that, I enjoy Zachary Levi. I like him as Shazam.
Yeah.
And in this movie, a lot different than the first one. Shazam and Billy Batson felt like the same person. Like in the first one, they were totally different. This one, it actually feels like the same dude, just grown up.
Right.
The jokes still hit, and he's still a kid. He still thinks like a kid when he's an adult. It's hilarious. And the villains. I mean, the villains, again, they're pretty much throwaway villains, but I enjoyed them in this movie. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, great actresses.
I feel like that was they're too good.
Yeah, there's a massive waste. That, again, like a Marvel movie, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I was like, that was... Y'all should have saved them for the third film or something. Or
They should have been a major baddie to come back later.
That's...
Like, I know Helen Mirren, like, she said, like, and now I get it. And someone asked her to explain it. She was like, don't ask me to explain it. There's a lot that happens in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
But I get, like, her performance was, I mean, she was good. Yeah, she was great. She was great. Like, no disappointment there.
Yeah, it just felt
and
like
Lucy Liu, the same thing.
It's Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
Like, they're both of them. Like, these are top tier.
Yeah.
That's why I was very surprised. You see them in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, they're the first people you see, actually. So, I mean, they had to get their money's worth, right? So, and then I think, so what we were talking about, the thing I like about this as well is there's an extra credit scene that kind of, I guess, shows how it's going to move forward into James Gunn's universe. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, this is a DC movie that doesn't really feel like a movie setting up other movies, which I think has been a problem with a lot of superhero movies in general. This one, just like the first one, stands alone by itself. And I really enjoyed that.
It's sad that they didn't promote this.
Yeah, that's getting to the negatives. I don't think this movie's going to make a lot of money. No. David F. Sandberg, the guy who directed this this one and the first one, I feel bad for him. His movie got pushed around so many times thanks to changes with The Flash and other movies. Mm-hmm. The movie was not marketed well, and I think that this one deserves as much love as even though I like the first one more, I think it had a bigger budget. This one should have gotten more love than it did.
Oh my god, talk about budget.
Yeah, I think the
money went into
yeah.
It went into the two most expensive people on screen.
That's
because
true.
The cars, the rest of the CG was okay.
Yeah.
The monsters, okay. The best thing was it's a dragon in the movie. I'm not ruining it.
It's in the trailer.
Okay. That was probably the best use of it.
Of CGI.
But the cars look like PlayStation. Look like Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, he said that out loud.
Yeah, it was upsetting because like they would show a real car and then it'd be like a car rolling and you're like, what the? That's a fake. Y'all could have got a real car for that.
Yeah. So you took it right out of my mouth. Yeah. The effects were not as good as the first one. I mean, no. I mean, it's not. They just weren't great. They're nothing like he said. I think the beginning, just like in Black Adam, the beginning. You were like, that's very noticeable.
Yeah.
But after that, it's passable. Nothing to write home about.
No. And it doesn't. It's not like I was like, oh my gosh, this is taking away from this movie or this scene. It's just
it's noticeable.
There we go.
Yeah. And then before I pass it to you, last thing, outside of Billy and Freddie, the other characters don't really have a lot to do.
Oh.
Right. There's a whole Shazam family, and for some odd reason, they're their adult forms a lot.
How do you feel about? How do you feel about Megan Good's performance? Because I don't feel like she matches her younger self.
I think she does. Why do you say?
I think it's over exaggerated than the child actor. The child actor just is acting as a kid, but when Megan Good does it, it seems like it's like, oh, look, it's a kid. Like, it's like, you can be childish just like all the other family members without being like, I don't know. It just came off with some of the scenes. Other scenes she was good, but like even that her picking the kittens up and then talking to the pen.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, I know you're young, but it's been long enough where you're not like you're.
So she's acting like she did in the first movie, but she should have matured.
She should have matured like
a little bit.
But then like you show the child actor and she's building a diorama, and it is something that's not a child would think like has
I got you.
Yeah, so that's I don't know that stood out for me, and then the other ones I just didn't care. I didn't care about their story.
I mean, they barely had a story.
Right. It was just like, I don't care that you are going into doors. I don't care.
One of them wanted to go to college.
I don't care that you want to go to college. I don't care that you want to go. I don't care that you wanted to get a job so that you could help your old foster parents pay for their house.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. The foster parents, they returned. I mean, and...
Yeah.
It's nothing against the actors. The script, there's just nothing for them to do.
Yeah, and so it was like... Yeah, it was about Billy and his brother.
Yeah, and Freddie.
And Freddie.
Yeah, those
Billy
just like
Freddie
in the
show.
first one. Yeah, it was them and then everyone else.
Yeah, and so that's the criticism. I'm
Yeah.
not saying again, it's not like it took away from the film. It was just like, hey, you guys are here. You did some cool stuff in the beginning of the movie. You do a little bit of cool stuff and then close to the end, and then that's it.
Yeah. But there's one actor I do want to point out. Digimon Honsu. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. The wizard. The wizard who gave Billy his powers. He has a lot more to do in this movie than he did in the first one.
Hilarious.
And he's hysterical.
Yeah.
Like, he has a lot of comedic lines.
I didn't know he could be that funny.
I know he could be funny.
Him being like
super serious, right?
Super serious or the sexy guy.
Yeah.
Like this, his performance in this. I was like, man, that was just, like, you heard the whole theater. Well, how about this? The whole theater was like 10 of us in there. In a big ass theater.
Yeah.
And everybody was laughing anytime he was on the screen.
Yeah, man. Him and Freddie shared like a lot of scenes together, and those two bouncing off each other. It was great. I really like. He deserved to be highlighted. He was good. And yeah, I mean, the story. It's not. I mean, just like the first one, the story is not really anything to write home about. No. It just gave the characters something to do. But I enjoy seeing these characters. I hope to see them again. That's really all I have to say.
I don't care.
What?
I don't care to see them again.
Oh, okay.
I like Shazam. I don't care about anybody else.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Well, you said characters.
Okay, I'm sorry. He's the main character of the movie. Okay. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind seeing Freddy again. But I'm saying if you're going to see Shazam, you're probably going to see the others, is what I'm getting at.
Because they're a family.
Yeah.
Yes. Literally the Shazam family.
Yeah. So.
When are we going to get the weird ones? The bunny and the dog? When are they gonna bring that stuff in?
Maybe we'll see it later, bro. We'll see it later.
That would make sense in James Gunn's universe.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's probably in his head. He said it's gonna transition over. But yeah, so nice beginning to the year for DC. I don't even remember what their last movie was. I'm not even gonna lie.
The Batman.
The Batman came out in March of last year, bro.
Jeez, hold on, dang. Nothing else has come out in theaters.
Okay. All right. Well,
if we got a TV show, Peacemaker in between.
No, Peacemaker came out before the Batman.
No, so literally, like we said, probably 14 videos ago, we were waiting for a DC project for almost a year.
I mean, that's true. I'm gonna have to check.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
Okay, but hey, so we just looked it up. That a movie after the Batman was Black Adam. Totally forgot.
Yes,
totally.
It's not that we didn't like Black Adam. We've talked about this. It was just we've been waiting for Shazam way longer than the Batman not Black Adam. Black Adam's 15 years in the making. But that it just completely went over our head.
Left our minds.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it.
because the Batman was a better movie.
Yeah, way better. But that's it. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. You heard it, guys. You heard it. What are you gonna give this movie?
Oh man, 3.5.
Same exact thing here. I think the first one was a 4. This one, again, I didn't like it as much as the first one. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5. So that's your small couch review score, 3.5. All right, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, guys. Let us know what you think about it when you see it this weekend. Hopefully, you do go see it.
Support it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so they feel like they can use the character again.
Exactly. And when you see it, come back and tell us right down there what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we out.
Deuces.